All right. Good morning, everybody. What
Good morning. What's up?
Who's that?
are you doing?
What do you mean, who's that?
What the Where'd you come from?
I'm gone for 2 days. What the fuck?
More like 8 days.
This is what it feels like.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
Welcome
back.
back.
Welcome back. We got a lot of things going on this morning, so we're gonna hop right into it once this YouTube link goes up. Um, Ron Cherry, you picked a good day to come back too, man. There's a lot of action here, a lot of scalp opportunities here.
It was on purpose.
Yeah, well, he mapped it out last week. He said he was coming back Wednesday.
Indeed, indeed,
Part of the
indeed. Let me
plan.
push out. Let me push out this tweet. We're good to go. A lot of action to look at today. Snap. All right. All right. Let's get to it here. If we go over to my screen here on the news here, let's just rotate to all the different uh, names here that are reporting this morning. First, we got the Boeing here. They came out with some news here about their 737 delivery forecast. They fell short on the deliveries, but they stuck to their goal of generating, I guess, all this free cash flow. If you take a look at Boeing at the moment, finally, it's actually rallying. So you're getting a 188 tick here. Ronchero, I'd like to hear your opinion before we move forward on that Boeing. Actually,
Technically still weak. It's at the upper end of its expected move. I would look for it to short.
all right, all right. And again, Ronchero and I have both been talking about a swing short on this thing down to the 180s. By the way, Ronchero, it hit 180 while you were on vacation. It actually gapped down and it hit fucking 179. Crazy. All right, moving on there from the Boeing. That's also a name to watch. We got the Google here. They went ahead and they beat analysts' expectations on revenue and earnings, but a poor showing by the company's cloud business sent the stock down in pre-market trade. Now, if you take a look at the Google, remember Google has been one of the most um, strong tech names here in the Fat Man camp, and finally here you're getting a decent pullback. Now, could they eat this back up? I have no idea. If we move over to the Microsoft, you can see the complete opposite reaction, and they actually said their cloud shit was going fine. So if you take a look at the Microsoft here, they had a beat. Um, they said rebounding Azure cloud growth signals it's moving past optimization, leaning towards more aggressive investing in core generative AI capabilities. Maybe because they said AI, who fucking knows? But if you take a look at this Microsoft and where it is, it's kind of higher than the last, what, 2, 3 months here, and could start moving back towards those recent highs at around 360. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Um, but that's what we're looking at here. Now let's take a look at the Snapchat. Snapchat also had the earnings beat, and they beat on top and bottom lines. And they're saying, I don't know, they're saying there's a stock buyback of like 500 mil on this thing, and there's a hype back on this name. And if you look at what's happening here in the pre-market, we haven't seen $10 handle in a long time. Last week too, the stock was consolidating completely. So this is actually my top idea here. A long on snap with motherfucking size. So that's one of my top ideas here. Let me kick it over to Wall Street Jesus for a nice little noteworthy activity this morning.
All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about. I think we talk a lot about scalping, especially these days. Talk a little bit about just the backdrop picture here because I think it's an interesting spot. Obviously, we've talked a lot about the internals of the market, just discussing sector by sector. More and more groups each and every week look like we're in a bear market. Some groups already are in a bear market. But we're at an interesting spot, I think, overall in the market. I would call it short to intermediate term. And the reason being is, first and foremost, we talk about that, the tightening of financial conditions really being the main issue here. Okay, so you got the Fed next week. I got a little slide deck quickly so I could show some pictures so you guys can see what I'm talking about, right? So this is something we follow, credit default swaps along with financial conditions. You could see it's been elevating of late. into this correction of equities, right? They're usually highly correlated. This is the level where SIVB went down. We had some problems out there. In other words, the tightening of financial conditions were having an effect on the economic plumbing of banks or whatever the case may be. So we're at an interesting spot here, right? And what I mean by interesting is either we're going to kind of take a rest around here, and that would translate into bullish action and risk assets and equities, okay? Or we get some further tightening, which will likely create a problem, okay? The inevitable is we'll hear about something breaking because of the tightening out there, whether it's the UK bond market, like back in last October, or SIVB. There's going to be some ramifications, and then that'll probably put in a decent tradable bottom, right? So that's what I talk about as an interesting low here. We'll keep an eye on financial conditions and swaps if we get some breathing room. In other words, all we need is no further tightening from here. If this could just chill out here. I think you have this set up for, and I'm going to label it a bullish phase. I'm not talking about a rip-roaring bull market into the end of the year. I just think overall, a bullish environment where you can find opportunities in specialty names. Okay, why? Very quickly, I'll show you a couple of pictures. Again, this is not me pulling shit out of my ass. This is actual stuff that's taking place in the market. Seasonality, you hear about a lot about seasonality, right? You guys, all Steamroom members know I put my bloomers come September, October every year. That's coming to an end now, right? I think this is the final week where the negative seasonality effects take hold, okay? Why is seasonality a big deal? I mean, there's some logistics behind it. Here you have November inflows, right? So the fund flows start to improve, more money coming into the market, okay? CTAs, we talk about a lot about the systematic funds out there and how they're positioned, having an effect on the market. They've been leaning to the sell side into this, last week, this week. That will change going into next week. You'll have CTAs now that will be, what's going on here? Oh, buyers, okay, into an uptake of 183 billion, according to Goldman, 54 billion in S&P 500 alone. Okay, so this is the rest of this week. Flat tape sellers, up tape sellers, down tape sellers. Okay, these are the trend following systematic fund flows out there. As we go into next week and over the next month, that starts to lean more bullish. All right, and a couple other things I just wanted to show you guys, just so you guys get an idea of what the hell's been going on here. You have hedge funds that have been short, right? We've been talking a lot about that. They've been shorting. They've been right for now. If things start to change, they can get squeezed. They start to worry about chasing performance into the end of the year. You know, the whole story that goes behind it. Here's how hedge funds stand in single names right now. And what else? There was one more thing I wanted to show you guys that looked pretty interesting to me. Oh, and this is every bull's hanging their hat on this, right? I'm sure you guys are hearing about it more and more each and every day here. The seasonality effect. Here's what seasonality looks like. This is a chart of the Goldman showing you where we're at right now. And this is just seasonality. But if financial conditions and the credit markets can improve a bit here, or just stabilize in a sense, a lot of the flows start to change alongside seasonality, and all of a sudden you go from a bearish backdrop to a bullish backdrop. Net, all in all, I'm not sold on the rally into the end of the year Santa rally nonsense. I think we can see some sort of bullish phase up to probably the top of this downtrend, S&P 500 wise, and then I think we have to reevaluate, right? So looking at this, here's another picture, so you guys can see what the hell I'm referring to. Just of the ES here. All right, so you got it. Again, nothing goes straight down, even if it's bearish. And you have the top of the downtrend there. You have one above that if things get a little bit more bullish as we go through November. Just some things to keep in the back of the mind here. But things have looked awful. There's nothing to be bullish about until we start to see some of these things turn. The internals we talk about every day. Here's a chart on the internals, just so you guys get an idea of what we're dealing with here. These are stocks trading above the 200-day moving average on the S&P 500. And so you get an idea. Once things have a tendency, when they look that bad, they end up being good, right? A lot of times you get to an extreme. We're getting pretty close. Here's the S&P 500 stocks trading above their 200-day, heading lower and lower each and every day. Okay, so I think the rest of this week, right, and we have another big earnings week next week. You kind of, the smarter thing outside of scalps out there is probably a wait and see approach. We see some things start to turn, and maybe we get a nice little bullish phase for a few weeks to trade on the long side. The end.
Ranchero, let's kick it over to you, man. What are you looking at this morning?
Microsoft reached the upper end of its expected move. Maybe there's a scalp to the short side, and then maybe a bounce off a 342 area. Google, I think, is at the lower end of its expected move. I'd look to see if they come in to buy, because if they do, that would be a nice buy to the long side. Amazon earnings on deck. That's a long-term position, so nothing to do until the day before, where I might buy a little bit of protective puts. And NVIDIA, I'm looking at today, if this thing can hold this area right now, you might get a little push higher on it. I share the same sentiment with Jay that overall on the SPY, we've been kind of in this area where to me, it looks like it's kind of testing these lower areas, right? This year-to-date anchored VWAP is right down here. It tested it yesterday and held. So can we kind of, like Jay is alluding to is find a new bull market phase? That'd be awesome. I'd love it. At the other side of the coin, if it can't break through like the 5-day, the 8, these areas, then there's potential for it to still reach the lower end of its expected move for the week, which is right around 412. And then the upside's got plenty of blue sky, but the buyers are freaking wussies right now. So are they going to come in and help us or not? That's where I'm at.
Exactly.
And every single morning here, we do the rundown here for about 15 minutes before the market opens here. We pretty much cover everything here. And 422 in the middle of the range here on SPY. A lot of ideas, a lot of places to throw some cash. Snapchat here. Take a look at this motherfucking thing.
What's this doing?
Take a look at this mother. You see what I'm saying? Look at Snap now. Look at Snap now. 10:30. So now they're making this happen pre-market.
It hit 12, I think, after the number yesterday.
Upside gap to fill at 12:30.
Yeah. So this is going to be my best. This is going to be my best idea for the day. Problem is I'm going to have to get pretty aggressive about it.
Banks are still looking weak, by the way.
Oh, they look so bad.
Yeah, while you were away, bro, those things they just get dismantled every single day.
Every little pop, boom, sellers all over the place.
Yeah. Treasuries here. If we check back in, we're here with treasuries. And by the way, guys, go ahead and send us your ideas here before the open here. Treasuries, if you take a look, we're already kind of leaning down here, so that's going to make things more complicated as well.
That TLT trade is gnarly. If
it is interesting,
they can get it going, it's got some potential. But
what level, Ron? Any level in particular on the upside's got to break for it to?
Well, I mean, look at where it bumped its head. It bumped its head at 80, 85, and then maybe you get up to 86.44. Technically, is the 21. It's just struggling. It's stuck here. It's not an easy trade. It never has been for me.
Right. Yo, they're gonna open up the fucking Snap options late, man. I know it. I know it. These motherfuckers are gonna open up the fucking Snap options late.
Here's your NVIDIA. Google, Microsoft, looking nice.
Oh my God, 10 and a half, 10 and a half, 1060 on Snapchat. Now they just opened them. The options are going insane, bro.
Yeah. That's a good chase right there.
See,
Insane in the
sounds
membrane.
like Crazy Eddie. You remember Crazy Eddie?
Oh, come on. Look at this thing. 1090, yo. 10 motherfucking 90.
Iron Qs are flat.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. All right, look, all dips here. All dips here. I'm all over this Snapchat. Any dip I can get my fucking hands on, I'm in. I'm in.
Snap it up.
Snap it up.
Yeah, call them out here. I was also watching that Netflix up around 4:15. Keep an eye on that. If it can keep going, again, it's all going to be contingent on the market. All right, here's your pullback on Snap here. I'm starting to buy 100 lots. Starting to buy 100 lots.
No, there we go, Veritas.
Next here, hit 417. Hit 417.
Microsoft.
Bet. Doesn't look that bad. SPY's looking weak.
Yep.
Keep an eye on those treasuries. All right.
By the way, we got again the Fed next week. We didn't even mention that early on with so much shit going on.
Well, he's talking today too.
No, but today he's not allowed to talk. I don't think it's a blackout. He's going to talk about his mistress today.
I see. Okay.
Okay, still continuing to dip by this Pinterest, not getting anywhere though. So far.
Q's crossing down. I'm looking at Microsoft as a short here potentially if it can break this level.
Was it up 12? Microsoft, not 12, right? Yeah.
Amazon's down 3 here. Google here hit 126 off the open.
Yeah, look for them. See if they come in to buy this. So I'm looking for short Microsoft, long Google, just based
What's
on
Meta doing? What's Meta doing, by the way?
Meta.
Capitol Hill House planning a speaker question early this afternoon.
Is Meta selling because of Google? I mean, they're not going to buy Meta, you telling me, off of Google? Meta's at 307, down 5.
Yeah. They're hitting these fat man names off the open here.
Yeah.
And even not the NVIDIA. Never the NVIDIA.
No, never the NVIDIA.
Not the golden child.
Never the NVIDIA. Snap here is fucking taking it to me. Washout on the Snapchat. Washout on the Snapchat. I'm going to dip by more, though. I'm going to dip by more. I'm going to hang in this. This one's going to be ugly, though. This one's going to be ugly.
You got yields pushing highs in the morning, and we just open. VIX a little bit.
I don't like scooping up some SPY calls down here. I feel like I'm a little late. 421. 421 calls are trading $1.60. XOM here up about a point and change here. You're getting a half decent bounce in oil. If you take a look at Google here, still at the lows.
Get some Google buyers right after the open, though.
Indeed. The Meta here continuing to sell on the Meta.
Get a little ways to go here yet on SPY for the lows. I could move on Qs here. Qs are the Qs at the bottom.
The Q names here are getting hit way more.
Yeah. You got the Dow actually up, I think, right?
Microsoft is hanging in there. It's impressive so far.
Square puts.
Tesla.
Flow, as expected, extremely messy.
Tesla looks weak too.
Okay, we got something popping up on the Momo scanner here. It's on the radar here. We got some SQ puts that falls through with the tech weakness. See if Microsoft is holding some of the gains here so far. It looks like it is. 421 now on SPY, 413 on the Netflix. So also faded that one too. Also faded that one too. Treasuries here don't look too hot. All right, now we got SPY here trading a fresh low. 421. Visa here had the earnings from yesterday here. This Visa is trading really well, guys. Take a look at this Visa. Thanks for the call out here on Think. Very interesting on the Visa here. I don't know what the hell is going on with this thing, but
Wait, what do you mean Visa had numbers bad or good? What are you talking
it
about?
had numbers last night. It had
Yeah,
numbers
they
last night.
announced a huge buyback too. The numbers were pretty
Right.
ridiculous.
Pretty good. Stock was up to 243, sold off, and now we're getting a pretty big rally here. Meta here down 10. Down 10. Down 10. Who would have fucking thought here? Who would have fucking thought?
Yeah, it's just off the Google numbers, right?
Yep. We're back down to the low end of the SPY range here. And what I did want to do differently today is play the fucking ranges, play the up and down ranges here. Obviously, we're super weak, or at least we're looking like it. If we take a look at the Bank of America down about 10, Amazon here down about 3 or 4.
DIA bears 1.3 milli diamonds.
Deep in the money weeklies. I don't know what the fuck he's doing with that thing. What a couple days.
Neil Diamond in the house.
Sweet Caroline, my friends. Etsy puts. I think Etsy got caught a downgrade this morning.
All right, let's check in with our Bank of America. By the way, Snap here, you guys watch me completely overextend on that damn thing. Boeing here already giving back some of the gains. If you take a look at this, it traded up to about 189 here pre-market and already coming back. Google here, I think you start dip buying that Google. Dimitri here sold the Netflix calls again off the 420, which was great. You have to be super quick. Snap is a waste of time here, but I got to stay in it now and try to hedge out of it. Basically, average in here, cut my cost, and hopefully the shit pops back up. Now, the weakness here across the board in the Fat Man names, that's really what's pushing the action here this morning. You know, if you do start getting some bounces here, I mean, if you get some bounces on Meta, if you get some bounces in Fat Man here, this is where I'm going to start going long SPY slowly. If you take a look at Microsoft, it's still pretty strong. This is also where I'm going to buy another 100 lot of Snapchat. Do not follow me on the fucking Snapchat. You ain't gonna get nowhere. Nowhere. You ain't getting nowhere.
Snapalicious.
Lee Hutch is saying IWM just dropped previous lows.
Schwab, more put buying. Oh, Schwab, that's new lows in Schwab, new recent lows.
¿Qué está pasando ahí, Natalia?
¿Qué pasa? Remember when Schwab had that bounce reversal of earnings?
Indeed. Natalia just called out the Tesla. Take a look at the Tesla here. Ripping. Kind of interesting on the Tesla. I don't know. Take a look. Range trading. Take a look.
I'd look maybe to short that Tesla on this rip.
Yeah. Yep. Considering the ranges. If you look at that SQ and the PayPal, man, they both look horrible. By the way, Jesus, you remember you were talking about those shitty semis? That Texas Instruments, bro?
I know.
It fucking died overnight.
I know.
Man. That shit died overnight, bro.
They got headaches, man. They got headaches.
Guys, this PayPal is a perfect example of why, when you look at something being down so much, to avoid the temptation of just saying, "Oh, it's oversold. I should just buy it for a bounce." Like,
Sure.
just keep your money. Don't try chasing that shit.
Don't burn it.
Treasuries here still look meh.
SPY almost to its lower end here.
Snap continuing to look even worse.
Yeah, and there's a year-to-date anchored volume weighted average price on SPY down here at this 420 level. So if they can't bounce it here, that's potential trouble.
All right.
Volume weighted V1.
All right. What are you guys up to? Let's take a look at that Tesla tape. Let me get back to my scalping mindset here. Google here hit fresh low, so that thing's trading 126. We were talking about how this thing is going to have, some pretty juicy action. If you take a look at the premiums, let's take a look at the Google options chain here. If we look at, let's say, even the 126 puts, 126 puts. Yeah, there's tons of volume on the 125 puts here. They're going for about $1.30. Tons of volume.
What name? Post
on the Google.
Google. Oh yeah, Earl Fleming. Forget it. This could be action all over.
122.25 is a gap fill.
Mm-hmm.
They could do it just to scare the living shit out of everybody.
Right. SPY still weak. We are at the lower end of the SPY range here. The selling on the fat man names here is not slowing down.
Yeah, I wanted to see Microsoft get its ass ripped, but
Microsoft, huh?
Yeah, remember we were talking yesterday. It was almost like a lock that they were going to have a decent quarter.
Shop here down 2 points here. So not looking too hot.
Apple down again today, Apple?
Apple down again today. If you take a look at the meta here, it's climbing back already.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be people interested into some weakness. You got a downside Niner today in Meta.
Niner.
Downside Niner, huh?
Downside Niner, so it off the recent selling.
This meter has not moved, still stuck at 49.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every half hour it updates.
But I just mean generally. I'm
yeah,
looking. Yeah. It's just kind of this too is stuck in a range.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
All right. So now, what are they selling here? BA, is it banks? BA here, Ranchero. They completely smoked it out, man. Take a look at this BA, guys. 189 open to 183 here.
SPY crossing down through 420.
Ugly.
So I'm looking for a bounce here, and if not, yikes.
Right. Up here back at the lows. Google. You got some calls buying down here, Jesus?
Google, Google? There's calls, puts, spreads.
Okay. You got them all over the place. I got you.
Looks like Goog without the L, seeing the bull flow.
Goog.
Kind of mixed in the Google.
Okay, what are you guys up to? Dimitri's here wants to start selling the TLT puts in the 70s, but man, if those rates shoot to 8%, yeah, man, that one's a tougher one to stick your ass.
Dicey one, yeah.
But I know where your head's at. Snap here they just fucked everyone off that delayed open for the options. And the squeeze. That was the trap. SPY here through 420. Here through 420. Alexis here, and with Snap moving down, what's going on through your mind? Curious on your psychology. Well, at this moment in time, I'm waiting here for the bounce and then to see how the stock starts trading here on Snap. But again, it's shit. My mentality is I have to wait for a rally, and it'll come eventually. Nvidia here breaking down. You got fresh lows on the Nvidia.
Still no round of SPY or Q puts. The diamonds were interesting though, huh?
The diamonds, what were they? Deep in the money weeklies, I think, right?
Here's your Microsoft breaking down.
Nico is saying there's a lot of names that are hitting the
That's a
Momo
Netflix.
scanner here. Let's take a look at the Momo scanner. We got a lot of alerts here going on the Momo
Where,
scanner.
Momo? Oh, probably all puts or no?
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Oh, the Google.
What do we got? So the Google is on the long side, yeah?
Google, I think the Google and both the Google and the Google. Well, the Google, I know there was definitely some put action as well.
Okay, so on Google, what's the alert? What's the price?
On the Google, it's the where is it? Oh, the reference price. You mean 127.19
Okay.
without the L. The Google you're talking about, right?
I'm talking about with the L.
Oh, with the L, those are calls. Those are calls. It says here.
Right.
126.26.
126.26. Okay, so we got a couple of alerts here hitting the Momo scanner here as SPY just fucking gets absolutely smoked here.
Yeah, I just tried scalping a 10 lot here to see if it was in the right spot for bounce, and nothing.
Okay,
Still looking for that though.
VIX highs of the morning. VIX credit lows of the morning.
Very interesting on that Google. Keep a close eye on that Google. Keep a real close eye on that Google. So if we look at the 126 puts, right, or sorry, the calls, we're trading $2 for those. If we take a look at those options here, not to say I'd buy them, but it's on the Momo scanner here. So we got to take a look at the market here. If we finally get that pop in the market, maybe these things start to play out. I'll buy a small 25 lot starter here on the Google. Alrighty. And then I just got to keep up the Snapchat at the corner of my eye here. See when it gets back over $10. As we're going down, I'm scooping up more calls for SPY because I think this is bogus here, and they're going to pop everything right back. But I could be completely wrong. We shall see soon enough. Dimitri is saying if Google has a big drop from here, I'll start selling puts. Nice. Very nice. If we take a look at the Netflix here, Netflix holding just fine. But again, that's fucking Netflix. Meta here still holding well. You know, if market can't sell off anymore, I think you get that Meta right back to 310. Sounds crazy, but
Tesla yanked.
Tesla yanked. No surprise. Tesla yanked. Natalia, check the Tesla now.
Boeing filled the gap.
Yep. And then guys, take a look at the Snapchat. Gone. Gone.
Gone up or gone down?
Gone down.
No.
Gone down. She'll be gone till motherfucking November, bro.
All right, I'm trying SPY again here for bounce.
BA is near pre-market lows. Oh my god, poor thing. Poor fucking thing, man. Okay. All right, let's go back to our Google. How are we doing on that? Drop here on the Google. Remember, I have the 25 lot starter position. We're just kind of fishing it out here.
CNC, insider buying. That's a metals play. Commercial metals.
Great is saying, how do you decide when to trap a program or buy it? Oh, that takes some experience. Takes a little experience.
All right, I'm out the SPY again.
Alrighty.
Not working.
Meta reports at the bell, right? Yes.
Buy puts. 417s.
SPY puts 417s. Where do you see
today.
those? Oh, that's for today?
Yeah.
Poof. Poof.
Those are 58 cents.
I mean, so far, Meta here now is kind of starting to come back. You know, if you look at the Google here, it's holding, but it's meh.
Quarter results, revenue of 30% to 1.8 million from 1.4 million. Bravo Kilo Yankee India.
All right, here comes possible bounce on SPY. Possible.
Just missed that.
Somehow I doubt it. I'm still long the SPY. I got 175 long here, long the SPY. Not getting anywhere here so far.
Yeah. Treading water on those.
I mean, again, shit's got a fucking bearish hue today, too. To absolutely everything. I mean, if you look at the AMD here, down 2 points. I'm playing this thesis in my head that we're in this range from 420 to 425. We're going to stay in this range, but we're going to get people stuck, you know, in those places. But, you know, I could be completely fucking wrong. As far as the snap, don't expect anything from fucking Snapchat. they're gonna wash out as many people as they possibly can here, especially using all this weakness here in the tech.
Got a nice size earnings bet in Eli Lilly, LLY.
How's that stock been doing? Had that 1 day of selling. No, not so much.
I don't mind those 605s on the way.
Ranchero, you got to look at this Boeing, bro.
No, I'm watching it. I wanted to short this thing. I didn't do it.
Oh my god.
I'm dicking around with SPY.
Oh my god. Look at this Boeing, guys. This thing could go to 175 today. Moy, the Boeing. If you're talking about the Boeing, yeah, I mean, it had earnings, bro. Had earnings. This thing is, oh my god, they're tearing this thing apart. Disney here, by the way, back down to 81. This is another long-term short that I've been wanting to get after. If you take a look at the Netflix now, it's not looking too hot. Meta here kind of holding. Google here holding, but it's still super weak. Nvidia now 429. Nvidia now 429. Level it couldn't break from yesterday. Couldn't break from yesterday. Remember, those SPY puts are still out there, and we're back to the lows here. So it's looking like we want lower here. If you look at treasuries here, they're just kind of hanging out, not doing much. And we still have all the weakness here from the fat man names. Let's see if that follows through. Snapchat here is still trading in the 70s. So again, do not expect anything from fucking Snapchat. It's just a trap, and that's it. No, who knows? Take a look at the Google again. Google is just nothing. I still have my 25 lot open here. Let's take a look back at the Momo scanner here. There's a lot of things going on in the Momo scanner. You got SPY momentum shorts, right? So puts, and then you got the RUN, which is solar here, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Which one? What name are you asking?
RUN.
RUN, yeah. Heavily shorted solar garbage.
Right. So you got that on the Momo scanner there too. So you got
What's your calls there?
on puts there on the run.
DHR. Oh, that's a beat. What happened there? Earnings, huh? Jeez.
Qs are starting to try to hang in there a little bit. We'll see if there's another leg lower or we can get a bounce.
I'm still long. SPY calls getting absolutely nowhere there too.
Yeah, they're treading water.
Somebody's talking about CVNA. Wow, take a look at the chart on CVNA.
Getting whacked.
Getting whacked. getting absolutely whacked.
I mean, they tried to push that thing and it just failed. I mean, it failed hard.
Mhm.
Boeing
So,
got
I mean, it had a nice short squeeze from 2 to what it got to 60. You get some nibbling Bank of America June calls with time.
Yeah, you see June calls at the same time you're seeing Citigroup swing puts.
Yeah. Citigroup, Jan puts. Yep.
Comedy.
Maybe they're pair trading them. They both look
Can
like
you,
pairs.
Jesus, can you do me a favor? Can you give me the color on the snap options here so far?
Hit a color what? Say again?
On the snap chain?
Yeah. Oh, postal lines?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. All right, so let's see what you got going on there. You got some weekly. I'm gonna post them for you. I'm just as a
Yeah, take
screenshot.
your time.
Weekly calls closing. It looks like a lot of moving around in these earnings names, which yeah.
Guys, I went ahead and got more size on the spy calls here. I think we can at least bounce a little bit. Bounce a little bit. Okay, let's check out these snap lines from our boy Jesus. By the way, you can ask him at any point during the day here to kind of hook you up with the color on some of the options. And that is part of your bennies here that you get from joining the Steamroom here. So what I'm seeing thus far on the lines here that Jesus is showing me, you can take a look at it on my screen here. Most active lines here, 10 and a halves here, and the 11s, and these are the calls too. 50.
Yeah, the weekly 11s. That top line looks like closing action.
That looks like closing, right? So somebody just burned it, and then you got the pikers like me here chasing some shit.
This guy. Square, they report on the 2nd. You have some Jan call buying there. I think there was some weekly puts off the open, playing off the momentum. SQ. Some earnings positioning here. Yeah, you got a couple lines of weekly puts.
So far, guys, Momo Scanner working on the Google. Take a look at the Momo Scanner on the Google. We had a good entry from the Momo Scanner at 126 and change. The Google here is bouncing pretty nicely. Remember, I only have a 25 lot, so I'm kind of a jackass here, and I got size and spy and elsewhere here. But I like the bounce play, and I think 127.5 here would be a great exit.
So in a minute, you got, believe it or not, the Canadian Central Bank.
Yeah,
right? That's pretty widely watched, right? This particular decision.
take off, eh?
Because they think it may be a prelude to what Powell and the rest of them are going to do.
Did you say prelude or quaalude?
Both. But you got less than a minute coming up here, so let's see.
All right. Guys, I went ahead and pulled off my 25 lot on the Google. I actually made $1,000 on that. Like that was a $2 option that went to $250. So that was a clean move from the Momo Scanner. And remember, that shit is fed to you straight through the tools that we have, that you'll have access to inside the Steamroom. So again, really cool tool. Kind of makes things a little bit easier. Obviously, you know, you need to know what the fuck you're doing, how to do it.
0%. New homes had 759,000.
Interesting.
Well above the 680,000 expected.
Cues reject right off of the VWAP, and then
I
that
see
headline
that.
hits.
I see that.
Bank of Canada saying a range of indicators suggest supply and demand in the economy are now approaching a balance. Continue to be focused on balance between supply and demand, inflation expectations, wage growth, and the corporate pricing behaviors of the Bank of Canada. Higher rates are moderating inflation in many goods that people buy on credit. And this is
Great.
threatening
That
certain-
tool is automated. That tool is completely automated. By the way, Snapchat back at $10. Snapchat back at $10. Don't get giddy though. Don't get giddy.
Flushing out.
Buys at lows. Buys at lows. Don't get giddy. Don't get giddy. SPY here getting smoked because the treasuries also went down as well.
2 signal move here.
From an 87 to 45 pips in dollar CAD.
So you got yields popping off this Canada central bank
Yep.
decision.
Yep. So what did they actually say? If you had to break it down to layman's terms, what the fuck did they say?
In layman terms, they didn't do anything, but there's pretty much, I think the takeaway was that two-sided risk. They're just as concerned about the tightening out there as they are inflation. So I don't know how that translates into everything else. That's above my pay grade, but you see the market reaction. I think that's most important.
Yep. Market reaction thus far to that is pretty weak. And remember, you still have those 417 puts out there that I would imagine people have been coming after. If SPY recovers from this program and we get back to 420, I'm going to get super fucking long. Super fucking long on SPY. Recommend anybody follow me.
No,
Yeah, but that's a good point, though. You kind of want to see bad news and the market have trouble selling any further off that news. That would be a nice sign that sellers are a bit tired here.
You see this Q bet here that came in, this Q dip buy here that came in for tomorrow, 357s here. They're just playing for back in range.
I don't see. When did now? Or
just
when
came,
did
yeah, just came in on your.
I don't see that. Where is that?
Will not see it.
Yeah, I don't see it. But then again, there's so much action out there. In these fat man names. They trade more than the ETFs these fucking days.
What else you guys got here? Apple raises price of TV service from $6.99 to $9.99. Is that right? Is that right? Anybody here have Apple TV? By the way, if you take a look at the Netflix here, chilling, not doing anything. That reaction there on SPY here has got me thinking. It's got me adding to my SPY longs. Let's see if we can actually bounce down here, or it might take all day. If you take a look at the Tesla's back at highs. Tesla's back at highs. So to me, these fat man names, including the Netflix, they're not looking that bad. And Treasuries here, although we are weak, we're not collapsing here. If you take a look at the meta, by the way, remember what we said on the meta here. As long as we don't collapse, I think this thing goes back to 310. And look at what's happening. It's an interesting tape.
This is just not a clean day. If it was a clean day, you would know.
What's that?
Clean day. It's not a clean day.
Still in, bro.
He's not talking to you. I was dealing with that all day yesterday. He talks to 10 different people.
Sure. Somebody's calling out that snap here at the office. It said it's back at $10 here. It doesn't mean, though, that it's a fucking long.
You got some Tesla puts. What is that? November 10th, 200s in an opening bet.
291. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Apple at highs? What the fuck? Apple at highs. Apple at high. Meanwhile, take a look at Apple. You know. Yo, so Chris, I'm sticking with the theory that we're in the range. We're at the low end of this range, and people are slowly.
Reiterating a short position.
There you go. RUN hit piece, Muddy Waters.
Oh, Momo scanner strikes again. Momo scanner strikes again, guys. We had that RUN pop up on the feed, which meant somebody was accumulating puts here before the news hit. And news hit on the run. Take a look at the RUN. Apparently, that's pretty interesting. And guys, again, you have access to the Momo scanner tool when you enter the Steamroom. $860 now on the run. Run is looking super weak. Super weak. SPY is still super weak, guys.
Macy's puts.
The prolific one is saying there was that bounce on SPY. There's no bounce yet on SPY, my friend.
Nope.
We got a long day, guys. We got a long day. I think, I think having some SPY puts for me queued up and ready to go in case we do continue selling is very important here. It is very important. Here we are back at the lows here on SPY. Treasuries here also just kind of ticking down slowly, tick by tick.
Yeah, you got the yields and the VIX at highs of the morning.
Michael said he took some Tesla. Which Tesla? Oh, you were long, short, maybe? I don't know. If you take a look at banks are slowly ticking down. Again, weakness on the banks here. Good amount of weakness on the banks here.
Just really sloppy action out there. Not a whole lot of anything bullish that I see yet, but even for earnings. GEHC. Here you got some leap buying in the GE spinoff, GEHC. They report the 31st. Yeah, but I don't see much of anything bullish. I'm sure you're going to get a few names bouncing, and you got earnings all over the yard later today.
Mick is asking me if I'm still in the NVIDIA 425 puts. No way, man. No way. But guys, take a look at NVIDIA. Take a look at NVIDIA. Mick Bob from the chat room here just called this one out. NVIDIA here, so range bound, yo. So fucking range bound. So fucking range bound.
Right? Like how can you sit through a short on that? It's impossible, right?
Yeah, no.
This is impossible.
By the way, if you look back at the last time that NVIDIA got down to $400 and everybody was buying those $400 puts,
went back to 480, right?
It went back to 480. It looks exactly like it did the last time. This shit fucking, you know what I'm saying? So, just be careful out there, guys, especially on that NVIDIA.
And like you were pointing out the other day, Luke, even if you sit through it and it retraces again, your option still's never the same, right?
It's just never the same, man. It's
No, it's like it gets a lobotomy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're starting to come back after some fat man stuff here.
I've got 20 minutes with the weekly DOE inventory data previous on the platform.
Why is this happening? Oh, I got stuck orders here, guys. I'm getting some stuck quotes here. Stuck quotes. me switch my quote servers. Yep. Where's that Google trading? Did anybody take it? Is anybody still holding that Google? 420. You know, it's back up to highs. Really good.
Where's any outperformance in anything as a group? Nothing. Gold.
BA. Let's take a look at that BA bouncing here from the lows here, small, slightly. If you take a look at the Netflix, man, they're slowly bidding this thing, man. Slowly coming back and bidding this thing. You know. So, guys, what I've been doing, as you can see, is I've been sizing into this SPY option down here, and I think, again, once they close that 420 area out, I'm really going to put some size out for this. I really came in this morning. I was like, yo, I want to be better trading ranges. So this would be where everybody is thinking short, and we go back into the range, which is, 420, 421. So I really want to test if I'm going somewhere on
What's
it.
that? Waste management C-Train?
Nabil, you already missed it. BA had earnings last night. So that shit's crazy. So you're a little late, bro.
It's the worst. Their earnings were this morning. You just got to go freaking put the ticker into any browser bar.
I agree. Yeah, I'm getting stuck quotes across the board here.
Meaning what?
Meaning, like when you look at your level two, your
Yeah.
bid is higher than
Oh, gotcha.
your offer, or your offer is.
Yeah.
So when you shoot out an order, it doesn't know what the fuck to do.
Now you're talking about on the option,
I'm talking about on the option.
not on the equity.
Doesn't look like on the equity.
You got obviously some breath deterioration this morning.
Stinky breath.
Stanky breath. Story of our lives in this fucking market.
Yeah, but kind of, put a little bit into perspective. Tomorrow is when you're going to get real economic catalyst information. Today, they're just kind of fucking around.
What are you talking about? GDP? Well, you got earnings too, which is
Correct.
So much shit going on.
Correct. But you got durable goods, GDP, jobs, all hit tomorrow at the same time.
Durable goods, GDP, jobs, all hit tomorrow at the same damn time.
Same damn time. So just take it easy, right?
Yeah, you're right about that. Your idea on Goldman, by the way, fucking smoking.
Yeah,
The fresh low SPY.
How's the anti-VIX that high? Off yesterday's VIX selling. Right? The VIX was sold up pretty aggressively. Past couple days, actually.
they're giving it some. They gave themselves room if they want to push it higher.
Ben, are you short? Okay.
Ben short Microsoft.
Ben's short SPY.
Okay.
Like Madden, here's a chart of the VIX 5-minute over the past few days.
It gets harder down here.
GM, some call activity there. You got Ford earnings, I think, tomorrow. A lot of times you'll see more action in GM than Ford.
Yeah, man.
And if today is not your day, don't sweat it. Don't force something. Like I'm down $236. It's not my day,
Mhm.
right? If it's my day, I'll come in here and I'll fucking crush it. But if I try here, this is the kind of day where I can get chopped up for 3-4 grand. I'm not fucking doing it. Know thyself.
And let me know when you pull it off. I'm still getting stuck quotes. Still getting stuck quotes across the board, man.
That's another reason to take it easy.
Hmm.
I got caught in that last week and it fucked me up good.
Okay.
Yeah, toss is all fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and so Silver's in the room talking about this glitch too, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm not, no thanks.
By the way,
I'm stuck in that and get slapped with a $14,000 dead fish across the face. Fuck that.
Meta dropped 9 points off that program low, and it already recovered like 6 or 7 of it. So we were talking about this thing going all the way back up to 311. It's already at 308.5 here, which is pretty impressive when you think about it. That's really impressive. Dimitri here is going after the PayPal.
Hey, Luch, look at the ENPH off of the Run News.
Oh yeah.
Just a slow spiral to nowhere. Dead and died. The stench of death clings to ENPH. ENPH has earnings on Thursday after the close, tomorrow after the close. I mean, I don't, what I want to do is short it.
Senator Schumer since then is moving ahead with
I can't
bipartisan spending
with any
bills.
amount of time. What I'd like to do and what I can do are two different things.
Ziza is asking how much is the tool per month? Yo, the tool per month you're gonna get for a trial for $8 fucking for 2 weeks. So you're gonna get in the steam room for $8, which of course you're gonna do. And now you're gonna start using the tools. You're gonna start messing around in there, and then it's gonna renew for 2 1/4 or 2 something. I forget what the exact number is. Treasuries here popped up a little bit, nothing crazy.
What's stuck? What are you guys talking about? Quotes?
Yeah, quotes, man. Options quotes are just it's unbearable here.
Really?
It's unbearable here. You can see from this option right here, you're seeing an bid for 83 cents and an offer out for 79 cents. Just stuck. Shit is just stuck.
Damn. What's that all about? That happened to Ranchero. You remember Ranchero was cursing out the world for it?
It
Right.
cost me $8,000.
Yeah, they sold off the market right after that, after sticking everybody in the mud.
Solar name's dead because consumers don't want to borrow to put that shit on their roof at 7% tenor. That sounds pretty logical to me, bro.
Fucking solar was.
Sounds pretty logical to me.
The last I heard, that run, the short position there was ridiculous. They've been shorting that thing. You know how long they've been shorting this thing? From like $70 this run. What is it at now? $8? $8. Sun run.
Yeah, it's a street-wide NASDAQ issue. So it's a NASDAQ
Oh,
issue. It's
so
a
the
stuck
whole NASDAQ, huh?
NASDAQ.
Ass crack.
All right.
Maybe
T
the
is
fourth
street-wide.
rotation.
NASDAQ is investigating an issue with Opera. All NASDAQ systems are operating,
Hell yeah. Class action lawsuit. Let's go.
but it's with Opera, which is options. So, guys, now we know what it is. It is what it is.
I'm going to jump in. I'm going to claw my money back. Thieves.
Oh, Dan Niles selling half his Google stake.
Dan Niles selling half.
Oh,
huh?
he's questioning himself. That's a nice
Look at that shit.
Market, they're remaining under
Nico,
secret.
can you hook up Ziza? Ziza, here's the other thing, man. Don't be a herb, bro. We've put the link up like 90 times already on the stream, man. Don't be a herb, okay? When you come into the chat room too, you're not going to be able to speak exactly for reasons like this. You know what I'm saying? Had you have said that in there, I'd have lit your ass up, bro. So don't be a herb, bro. We ban people in the room all the time.
Gotta keep up. Shit doesn't wait.
Right? So if I send you an email and then you bitch and moan about and you have a motherfucking email in there, I'm coming after you, Ziza.
I will find you.
I will track you down. I will
Unplug all of your shit and throw it out the window.
Kramis is still trying to time it all right. Anyways, all right, guys, let's take a look. Let's take a walk around the club here.
walk around the club.
Around the club.
All right, let's take a look at the treasuries here. Treasuries are just kind of holding here. Let's take a look at the Microsoft here. Microsoft kind of at the lows of the day here on the Microsoft. If you look at the Google here, holding 127, but not really doing much here. Tape is just kind of meh. If you take a look at our Snapchat here, faded off the $10 here, so it's not looking too hot either. Shop here down about 2. Melly down about 20 here or so. Oil here, so oil still kind of holding here, not really doing anything. Gold up a little bit, not really doing much. If we look at the banks here, again, weakness out of the banking sector. Bank of America, Goldman Sachs now trading down 295. Again, this is a big level that broke down, and it's just continuation here. So all the banks here are causing, putting some serious pressure here on the market. If we take a look at the BA is at motherfucking lows. At lows. This thing is so bad. The BA. Let's pull up the Disney.
175's queued up. I want to buy them.
Disney here, same thing. You're saying the 175's on what?
Next week on Boeing is I've got teed up. I want to buy them, but I'm looking to see how it's acting here this afternoon, and then I'll make a decision.
Got it. Let's see. So let's pull up the Netflix here. Netflix doing nothing. 414. Still holding well though. Also bringing up that Lulu here after the earnings here. Still holding up okay. PayPal and Square. Ugly here. Dimitri has already stepped in on the low here. He loves to come in at these big inflection points here and sell the options against it. We love watching him. So he's I think he already stepped out on the short puts for PayPal. Take a look at that one. If you do want to mess around. Meta here. Really interesting name to look at because, that program low took that shit out. Traded all the way down to about 301.
Turkey market crashing.
What the hell are you talking about? Turkey market. There's a fucking turkey market.
Yeah, there's a turkey
What's
market.
the ticker for the freaking turkey market?
TUR,
Shut-
homeboy.
Shut up.
Well, that's for in Turkey. It's not turkeys.
I thought
Correct?
he was talking about the fucking bird. I was like, what's he talking
Oh,
about?
God. The bird you thought I was talking about?
It's almost November. Why wouldn't I think that?
You've been on vacation 2 days too long.
Yeah. Somebody calling out BTC here in the chat as well.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Has Bitcoin ever led the S&P 500 out of a bear phase? Because somebody's out there trying to say that Bitcoin is leading the SPY out of its bear phase. What do you guys think of that nonsense?
It's the off SIVB when the Fed had to concoct that new facility to bail out the regional banks. Bitcoin led on the way out of that.
Down is the new up.
You know, it's more because it's a measure of risk on. But you know, if it's they're going in there as a flight to they're scared of the dollar, or you got the ETF thing. That's all the hype right now. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. But I don't know. Who knows? I'm not a Bitcoin bro, you know.
Miss Cleo knows. Miss Cleo.
Cleo would know, yes.
Cannot.
Bitcoin led out of COVID. Did it lead out of COVID? I don't remember. But Bitcoin usually is, you know, when they're speculating Bitcoin, there's a risk appetite there, usually Fed induced.
Yeah, guys, all the options here are frozen now. All the options here are frozen, guys.
All right, I'm gonna go feed the dogs. I'm taking a break. This is all fuckery.
All the options are frozen.
Back in a minute.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
Now, I'm telling you, this is what happened to Ron last week. And he couldn't get out, and then they dropped the bid on everything. And he wanted to kill somebody. The rat bastards.
SIBO saying we are actively investigating an issue. SIBO options.
Oh, maybe that's why the flow really slowed down here. There's nothing really going on. Well, a few names. Maybe they're not.
Like you petroleum inventory data, about 2 minutes. Crude expected flat. Gasoline expected minus 500,000. Distillate expected minus 1 million barrels.
You got some nibbling in Roblox again. RBLX. They're buying the dip there. There's been bull flow, as most of you know, in the Roblox.
I mean, you could send any order out here. I'm not gonna get filled. This is bad. This is bad. This is really bad.
Took them just under 20 minutes. Yeah, it was. I mean, it felt quick. I don't know how long it was, but 20 minutes, huh, Jack? Last week.
All right, guys. Let's cycle through some names here. Roblox, flat here, not doing anything. After a pretty interesting move yesterday. If we take a look at the Google here, Google faded that move back. Let's take a look at the Tesla here. Tesla kind of holding in here. Meta holding in there. If you look at the pins here, not doing anything.
All the degenerates, Stephen.
Yeah, and again, if we look at the treasuries here, treasuries are just kind of hanging in there, doing nothing there to either.
The weekly GUI data in just a few seconds.
Luch, look at that chart. CBOE.
The other day, it moved 30 points during the issue. Yeah, I hear that, Silvers. I hear that. Google here, you actually there's some more call buying there, but that was back at 10:10. All right, so we haven't had options orders come in for a while because of this same issue. So guys, also obviously with this issue here, we're not going to get the order flow.
Well, we're getting it. It looks like on New York Stock Exchange then.
Oh, you're getting it on NYSE.
Yeah.
On NYSE. Okay, guys, it is 10:30. We're a little late here. I don't think. Anyways, we are a little late here, moving over to the steam room here. So at 10:30 here, we'll move over to the steam room. You guys know what to do. You guys see the link on your screen. Get over into the steam room. Something crazy is going to happen here as we break out of this buy range, whatever side it might be. But yeah, get your butts inside the steam room. You guys get a great discount, and we'll see you in there.
Good luck, everybody.